Welcome back, you guys. My name is GamerBoy, and today, instead of me playing a game per se, I'm going to be showing you how to play them with the Dubli and the DB PlayStation Sony Bluetooth remote. And yes, it's a real remote. For you guys who are doubting me, yes, it is a real remote. And yeah, I'm going to show you how to connect it as well to the PS3 games and all that. So yeah. So what you want to do first is when you start it up, you will be over here or wherever you have it set up to go on, and you want to go to the accessory settings, reassign controllers, and move it down to the first position. But if you have this, if you just got this and all that, you'd want to resign the DB remote control, so then you can actually do the playing of actually having this connected and that. But anyway, then you want to go and put in the game. I don't have that many PS3 games that I'm able to show you, so I'm only gonna be able to show you that game. If anyone knows the logo to it, then cool. But anyway, I'm going to be showing you that game and 3 PS1 games. One a 3D platformer, the other a racing game, and then the other is a sports skating game. So I'm going to be showing you how each game works with the controls on the remote. So yeah. Okay, you guys, for the 3D platformer I'm going to be showing you is Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue. And I'm sorry if this looks like crap, but the version I have isn't working 100%. And that if it freezes, I'm sorry. The game I have, it doesn't, is kind of crap. And that I do want to update the game to a better copy, but I don't have the money right now. So I'm sorry if this looks like crap. And I will not be playing the actual game and that. I'm just putting this out here first. I'm not gonna be actually playing the game. I'm just gonna be showing you a little tutorial, showing you a little bit on how the game works with the remote. So yeah. So apparently it works with the main options, but the enter button doesn't. So you'll probably have to use the X button, and apparently it does work. And that. So I've just started the game, just giving a test of what it can do. And I do have to skip over that because I don't know if it's copyrighted or anything, so yeah. So everything's loading like it should. Everything's working. I'm able to move. I do have to use 2 hands to do this because it's a 3D platformer. And that I do have to use it because trying to move and use the attack button isn't a good thing. All the buttons seem like they're working.
I am Buzz Lightyear.
All the buttons do seem like they're working. The pause, the directional. I do say it. I would, for this type of gameplay, I would use a controller because of just it being a lot easier to play and maneuver and that. But for you guys, if you guys want to test this out, you can. But I do say if for experience and that, from experience of playing this game, I do recommend a PS3 controller, or if you have the if you know how to, a PS2 controller, and that if you know how to hook it up. But I'm not going to show you how, but you can use a PS2 controller, as I see some people do. But anyway, you can go and do mostly everything you can do with the controller as with the game and that. And it looks and plays really well for just using the remote and that. I have to remember, this isn't a controller, this is a remote. it just plays as well as a controller. So if I do say controller, I do mean remote, and and if you do play this for a little bit and figure out the controls and that, this can be used as like a second player controller. You would just have to switch, instead of switching it to player 1, you would have to switch it to the yes, I don't care. I don't really care. I don't want to fight. I'm just trying to do stuff. But anyway, yeah, you just go and you can do everything that you are able to do with the PS3 controller as you can do here. So yeah, I do prefer the controller better over the remote right now, because I am only able to do one button at a time, and to do it you would have to switch your hands, and it's just very confusing for a 3D platformer like this. But if you get the hang of it and you like it, and that I'm not gonna force you guys to use a controller for this game. I'm just saying using a controller for me is a lot easier, because I've always played with the controller and everything like that. But anyway, that's Buzz Lightyear. But I'm gonna now just go to the next game and everything, just because there's nothing else for me to show except a few challenges, and I'm not gonna do that because then it will be an actual gameplay. But anyway, I'm just gonna go to the next game. Here I go. Okay, you guys, I am back, and I'm here playing the sports game Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and I've already checked how the controls work and that, because I did record this. I did try to record this once, and the recording just corrupted, so I'm recording it for the second time. But yeah, I am now I'm playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and the menu controls, as I checked last time, still are like Toy Story, aka the 3D platformer. So now I'm just gonna do a single. Okay, I have forgotten that the enter button does not work on PS1 games. PS1 games, enter does not work. Enter does not work. So I am going to just play a normal single session of this, and at the most best known level, the very first level of this game, the warehouse, and that. And I do say the remote works works well with it, but you have to know what you're doing and everything. But yep, I have already tested this, so I may already know what to do and all that. So this does require 2 hands to control, and that, although it seems like you can control this with 1 hand, you do have to control this with 2, just so then you can actually do the moves and that. But using multiple fingers does help from time to time. Like right now, I have to hold down the S button with 1 finger and then do the move button with the other. You have to switch off from hand to hand. It's just more complicated than if you use a normal controller for games like this, because by the end of the first recording I didn't even know how to do the simple moves like this or stuff like that. I didn't even know how to do that. All I was knowing how to do are like spins. So this way is very complicated. So I don't recommend, if you are a pro at the controller way and you want a challenge, then okay, do it this way. But I don't recommend anyone who's a beginner to do it this way, because unless you want to only play the remote way, and that I can't think today. Today I am blanking on most stuff, and I just failed, and you will see me do that a lot. I will do this twice so then I can get accustomed again, because I had to wait for 3 hours just to find out that the video I did was not working. So I have to retrain my fingers, and this round is just retraining my fingers. But the remote isn't a bad way if you're doing like multiplayer and you only have like one controller. Then the pro can get the remote, and the other player who hasn't played this at all, who still needs the controller and that, can do it on the controller. But I do recommend the controller at all times for this type of game and that, and games like this, like Spyro and other games and that, because you will need a lot of practice in that. I kept failing my first time I did this. I could not, dang it! I kept doing that a lot the first time I tried this. So if you want a challenge and you want to have a handicap while playing games like this, then go ahead, play with the remote. But the controller I do recommend you play with, because it's not as hard to do and that, but it is possible to do it with the remote, like you are seeing right now. And somewhere in the description or on the screen right now, you will be a link to my other Tony Hawk game and that, but I'm not doing the series on this game because I've already completed it, and it just takes a little bit too long just to do everything. I suck when it comes to the remote and that. And just to let you know how hard this is, I'm a pro and I'm at this game because this was my very first game I played and that. Find out what other games I played and you will be accidentally doing that a lot if you're not careful and that. But I do say this does give you a nice experience if you only have one controller and you want to do multiplayer. Then give the more experienced player the remote and all that. But I'm only doing this. Yeah, this run was my last run just to show you what the remote can do. But I don't recommend it for people who aren't pros like I am at video games. Like games like Tony Hawk, I'm a pro at. Games other than this, then I suck at. So don't expect me to be pro at every other game. But anyway, I wanted to show you this game and all that just to show you how the remote can do. And now I'm gonna show you the next game on the list, the 3D Racer and that. Because there's gonna be a lot of 3D games, just the first 3, and then the last one for the PS3 is gonna be a 2D top-down view testing game and everything. But anyway, I'm just gonna go and put in the next game. So here I go. Okay, you guys, I have put in the other game, the 3D Racer, and the 3D Racer is Walt Disney's Racing and that, and I am only gonna do like 2 types of levels, and just to see how the game works with the 3D Racer and that, and with games like this. So I hope it works, because if so, then at least I have another control that you guys can use for games like this. But I don't want to take any up of your time because the video is going a little bit longer. I am sorry about this, but I'll try to make these 2 levels fast, and then the last game I'll try to make a little bit faster. I am sorry if everything is going so long. I'm not trying to. And for you guys who like videos this long, then stick in for the long, then hooray, you're sticking in there for the long haul. But anyway, I am saying that I already did the menus and all that. The menus and everything control the same as the last 2 games, same basic stuff. So enter doesn't work. But anyway, I'm just gonna go. So here I go. But I do really like this game and that, so I hope the remote works, because then that means I have 2 controllers I can play with this game. Because wow, it surprisingly works, and I mean, like, as well as the controller, and that I don't know about anything else, but I do know that it does work, and that I am I'm swearing and swear to and I believe me, I will. This feels like the controller in my hand. It feels like a remote in my hand, but it acts like the controller in my hand right now. I was really skeptical on this one. I thought it was gonna perform badly because of all the stuff you do in it and that, but trust me, this is really well. It almost compares as well as the controller. And that's saying a lot, because I have done this game so many times that I've gotten accustomed to the controller to the point of you can on the remote, and that I got so accustomed to the controller, as I was saying, so well that I don't need to even look, and I've learned all the secrets and everything of this game. So yeah, and you can even do the turbos, as I like, because the button that you need to press is directly underneath the remote, and underneath. Well, what I mean is it's directly underneath the X button, so it's really cool. You don't even need to do much, and it handles well. So I do recommend, if you don't have 2 controllers but you do have 1 remote and 1 controller, set it up to do this, because it works really well with this game. I don't know about any other of the other racing games, but if you do have a controller and a remote and you want to play this exact game, then play it with the remote. And I don't know how you do the power, the balloon power-ups and that, but this does work really well, and I'm sorry if this video is a little bit longer than usual. It's just I wanted to show you guys what the remote can do, and that. So yeah, if this remote trick really works. I was really skeptical on some games. The 3D platformer, yeah. You should be skeptical on that one, because it's 3D and that it's a platformer. You can't do much with platformers. You need all the buttons and that, but for a racing game, you don't need that many buttons to do it. And while I'm doing this, it's so easy that I'm not even paying attention to what direction I'm pressing. And that in the last one, the last game I was playing, the Tony Hawk game, and that it felt a little bit weird to do, but still handles well. But I think I'm finding a trend to this, and that. Hey, I found a hidden Mickey. If you guys didn't see, it was on that rock back there. You can rewind the video and just see that it was back there. That was cool. But anyway, this is handling really well, and I'm very, very surprised. And that I would trade in the controller if I could use this on the PS1. If there was a remote function like this, if this remote could work on the PS1, and that or the PS2, and that I would bring this over to anyone who has a PS2 and just use this remote. Or if they have a PS3, I will hook up this remote to their PS3. So then, yeah, it just works really well. But now let's see how it works with a different level. I'm not gonna complete the next level because of how long it is, but I will be going and playing it a little bit just to see what it is. And it's not gonna be exactly like a racing game, and that it's not gonna be an exact like race, and that it's collecting the coins, and that if you have ever played this, it's like collecting the coins and that. Yeah, collect 30 coins, blah blah blah. and I only have a certain amount of time, blah 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 blah. But yeah, this feels like I'm actually holding, like, this almost handles as well as if I'm holding a controller right in the palm of my hand, and that it just really works, and trust me, you guys, I'm not lying on this. This is working so well. As I said, I would trade up from the controller to just play this way, because I almost prefer this way better than the controller, because I always thought the controller for this game was a little clunky and all that, but this is a really fun way of doing it. And I'm not going to show you this whole level and that show you the ending and what my time is and everything for this, because it's not supposed to be like a gameplay or anything, or a time trial gameplay or whatever and that, but it's just supposed to show you that the remote does work with certain games. You have to find the certain game. I don't know other than these three game types, and that I only know those because I only have those three game types and that, and anyway, the other ones I do have I can't show on YouTube. Darn you, YouTube! But anyway, it's fine and that, but I do wish that I could show you the other ones, but yeah, the level's just getting repetitive, so I'm just gonna stop it. But anyway, now I am convinced the remote is a good function. You just have to find the right game. And this blows my mind. Like, just blows my mind on how good this is. Wow. And I'm sorry if that just blew out the mic and that. I'm sorry, but yeah. But anyway, I am stunned. I hope the last game I play works as well. But if not, then I understand, because it's a later PS3 game, so I get it needs all the controls and everything. So yeah, but I'm gonna show you the final game now. I'm gonna show you the final game, and I'll meet you guys there. Okay, you guys, I am back, and I did try to play this game, and this is my second time recording this, but I tried to play this for the video. I uploaded the video and all that, but the game and that, this video and all, but for some reason this game got it not allowed, so I am here doing the video again, redoing the video, and to say that I cannot do this. The remote feature does work for this game, just not as well as the controller, but if you want to try it yourself, the game is free for this month in November. I am playing. It will be available from October to however long it says it's going to be available. But if you want to try it with the remote for free and you have the service for PlayStation Plus, then go get this game and connect the remote and do the steps I showed you at the beginning of this. So I'm sorry I can't show you this game. There is audio that goes with this, but it's muted because I can't show you the audio. But it is a beautiful music. I am listening to it right now. I just can't show you. I can't have you listen to it because of copyright, but I am sorry. The remote does work for this game. It works through the game. The enter button does work this time. The enter button does work, but I am sorry I can't show you this. But anyway, because I have to go because of the video being too long and that, I'm just gonna leave it here. So if you like this video, hit that like button. If you want any more videos by me, GamerBoy, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you all guys in the next video.